Hello Gollies, the first part of this video is a little bit squiff because the sound didn't record, so I will voice over the first part and try and remember what I was saying. So to start with, this is a desk part that we're putting at the end of the wardrobe, which I need to hotfix in a extra pair of sockets. And as you can see there, the back plate that the wiring will go into, I need to cut out a small square in the back and then wire it in. After I've done that, I can get the wooden board that you just saw in my hand and attach that to the side of the wardrobe. So here you can see me using the multi-tool to cut out the rectangle for the backdrop for the switch. There's a pair of switches as well. Fortunately, because of the wall having to add things in afterwards, it makes it very tricky. So you can see here putting the shelf in. Just making sure that it's level. And I've already put the batten piece on the wardrobe side, so it's literally just a place in and rotate, and when it drops onto the batten that is against the wardrobe, that should be level to the wall. So now I'm getting the right size screws so it goes into the batten but not piercing the other side, because I'm going to split the shelf and add some strength to it by putting some batten inside along the back and along the front to make it a lot thicker than what it is. This is 15mm wood, and right, so after a lot of chopping, cutting, measuring, making it fit, that is the corner. We'll come back a little bit. There we go. Like I say, need to stick a mirror in this bit here, and then we'll probably have like a stool or something under there, maybe a small set of storage blocks just down that side. But it is made out of two 15mm pieces of wood, and if we look underneath, still needs sanding, but it looks like it's a really thick piece of wood, but it's not. It's a piece of 15 on the bottom, piece of 15 on the top, 25mm batten there, and on the end, and they're just screwed in on that. They've got screws top, bottom, and I've routed the edge to make it look nice and flow with the thing. So if I was to use this for a laptop, having my hand on there, I'm not going to cut it on like a sharp edge like this. So yeah, another job done. Right, so now all of the filling and sanding is done, and all of the bits and pieces that I want to put in is there. I just need to take off the sensor bits so that I can paint underneath them without having to try and paint around them, and then take the lights out. The lights are quite simple. Drop them out, just like that. Grab the paint, just go over it. It's going to take 3 layers, so should be able to get that done in one day. I'll do the sides and the wardrobe, and then once all that's done, doors can go back on. Right, stick you guys on time lapse, take these off and get yourself a painting. Right, so now some time has passed. That's the first coat on, and it's time to get a second coat on it. So, slightly dry to the touch, nothing's coming off. So when I put the next layer on, it's not going to rip what I've already put on off. So, just top up the old paint and crack on with layer 2 or 3. Right, so that's the second coat on and done. It's had some time to dry. It's just about ready for another coat, and that'll be the third and final one. Then I can get the doors back on, screw in the sensors, and then that's this done. And then I can go on to the next thing. Once I've done with that though, I've got a couple of vent bits, just like that. I've overcut the holes for these because it should be slightly smaller, so it just means I'm going to have to push the tangs out a bit more, and then those will go in there. That will allow the wardrobe as a whole to breathe, and it will allow the room to breathe as well. So there's a mushroom vent in the top of the ceiling, just through there, just behind that bit in the middle, and all that will happen is the air will get sucked in the bottom. There's 2 holes on either side. That will suck fresh air in up. 2 holes at the back. That will allow the air to flow through, stopping, hopefully, any chance of mould in the wardrobe. So, always good to have the air vent. Right, let's put the last coat on. Okay, so I've marked up the top of the unit where I'm going to drill 2 holes. Well, it'll be more than 2 holes, it'll be 3 holes. One for the waste, that's going to go through the sink, and 2 holes at the back for the tails that go through the actual tap. So with this on there, like that, needs a bit of a clean, it's been sat there for a while, but IKEA's directions for how to install this is to put silicone along the top edge of these on both sides and then just drop it on. So before I do that, and before I connect it to the back, I'm going to drill the holes for these and just double check where I've put the holes is going to be fine. Looks fine. The tails should go directly down and in through the worktop. That should be lovely. I could possibly bring it forward and down the side, but straight down is easier. It's not that much of a problem. So I'm going to get that cut out, get that stuck on, and then I can put the waste in, which is quite literally sitting there waiting to be popped in and screwed on. And then it's just a case of running some 32mm pipe from the sock down the back and out the side, and then that can go around into the pump that we've got, that's going to be for the bath and possibly the drain off from the water cylinder that's in the cupboard. So move this, cut the hole out for the waste bits. I'm going to make it slightly larger so that the whole head bit can fit up and above that. So let's crack on and get it done. So that's the holes drilled. I wouldn't advise drilling this stuff, it's absolutely horrible. The actual MDF or whatever it's made out of just compacts and gunks up the teeth on the end of the drill, so you have to keep popping it out to clean the teeth off so you can actually keep going, otherwise it heats up too much, as you can see by the couple of rings there, if you can just about see them in the video. And yeah, it slows down a little bit, but that should be my holes done. So I'll give them a little bit of a clean up, just to clean the edges up, and the only thing they have to do now is either put some PVA around it to seal it, because being MDF, all that's going to do is soak up moisture like nobody's business, and we don't want that, because if we do that then it's just going to end up expanding and exploding, and you just end up with a countertop rather than being flat, it'll be a big bulge in the middle. So clean these up, find some PVA, and should be good. Right, so I'm going to use some of this because it is water resistant up to a certain amount. There shouldn't be too much water down there, but all I'm going to do is put a little bit on my finger, just like that, and then just work it just around the inside of the hole. I'll run out a bit more. I just want to make sure that all of the MDF bit is covered. just so that it doesn't absorb any water. So that's that one. So the MDF should absorb and soak up most of this itself, which it's sucking in should lead to it being a nice protective bit to stop the water going through. So just like that. Last bit in the corner and then we're done. And I can have a quick look, see how well it lines up with the waist. Make sure I got enough on there. A bit more on just for good measure, because like I say, the last thing you want is this thing bulging up like a balloon, because then it's a case of having to strip the whole thing off again and starting again with another brand new piece. And that's the last thing you want to be spending more money on, because you have to get more silicone, more sealant, re-drill all the holes and start from the beginning. Right, so now I've done all the drilling and whatnot, let's get rid of the excess glue out of the bottom there before it dries. So they have said that you need to put silicone on it, so I still have some left over from when we did the panels for the wall, so I'm going to be using the high grade panel adhesive that's left over. I'm just going to put a bead along each of those, front, side and along the back there, and literally just press that down until I feel that it's about the right length either side. So let's hope that I can actually get what's left out of this and finish that off. So bear with me a minute. Right, so I'm just going to take the nozzle off the end. Hope that just stick the nozzle part back on there quickly, stop that from going drying out. Now for the funky bit, make sure I get it the right way. See, it's just straight down on top. Give it a wobble, just work it in. Much excess squirting out there. Just double check that I've got good distance both sides. Go. A bit more squished out that side than that one. It's not a problem. So now I just need to wait for that to set and dry. And give that about 15-20 minutes, that should be alright. And I've got some special tiles for putting on there, which are going to be quite funky. I need to get a certain type of grout for it though, because the black grout which I used for the fireplace will actually scratch and damage these tiles. So that is going to be the backdrop, and they're quite easy, but because they're a nice shiny like aluminium cover, that will get scratched and damaged. So those are going to go from that corner there up to high and across, and then above that we'll have maybe 1 or 2 cabinets for storing bits and pieces in.